Hi, and welcome to WatchMojo.com. I'm Nick Shoreway, and I'm going to be talking to you about the 2006 Formula One rule changes. Now, let's start off with qualifying. Let's go back a couple years. Now, before 2003, as you may or may not know, qualifying was all open session. It meant anyone can go out for the entire 1 hour long session of qualifying. The hot laps were set, and the best times meant the best positions at the end. Now, around 2003, it changed because the FIA decided that the current qualifying session was not as exciting as it could be, because all these cars would go out and they wouldn't really go out into the last 10 minutes. All the best cars, you know, Schumacher, Montoya, all of the faster drivers would go out later because they wanted to have a really competitive edge and know the times they had to beat. And the first 50 minutes would be this sort of all these back markers going out from the lower teams. Now, they decided to change it by making it a one-lap qualifying session that would be a warm-up lap, a hot lap, and a cool-down lap. So every driver would go out one by one in order from the previous race, having the person winning the previous race going out last. Now, this is going to change in 2006. People felt that the previous one was not as interesting as it could be. The FIA didn't like it as much, the fans didn't like it as much. So they're doing a new qualifying that's pretty controversial that's called knockout qualifying. Now, knockout qualifying is going to be 3 sessions. First session, 15 minutes, all cars are going to go out. Now, during this 15-minute session, all cars are going to run. They can make as many or as few laps as they want. Now, the key here is to not be the last 6 cars in this session, because the last 6 cars get knocked out. Now, at the end of 15 minutes, last 6 cars get the last 6 positions on the grid, 17 to 22. Remember that there are 11 teams this year, so there's going to be 22 cars. Now, then there's a 5-minute break, another 15-minute session, second session. In this session, the remaining cars go out, all 16, and they do as many laps as they want and end up with the slowest cars getting knocked out into positions 11 through 16. Okay, so now you've had 2 sessions down, 1 to go. 5 minutes between each, you go to the last session. Last 10 cars get to go out, but the thing is, this time they're running on race fuel. It means that they have to run on the amount of fuel that they're starting the race with. The other cars that have been knocked out, the other 12 get to refuel as much as they want before the race. Now, the last 10 cars go out for a 20-minute session on race fuel, and they position themselves accordingly. Now, this is going to be a very interesting qualifying session, because imagine, say, Barrichello has a good lap in the first session. Now, he doesn't really want to, possibly damage his car or, injure himself at all, so he's going to keep that good time. But imagine someone comes out in like the lower ranks, say Villeneuve, and comes and gets a time faster than him. Now, he's going to be knocked out, possibly. Now, this is going to make a very interesting sort of session. It's a dynamic that has been absent from Formula One for many years since open session qualifying. And you're going to find some very interesting situations this year.